Legal maxims and statute interpretation. The maxim audi alteram partem means hear the other side. The maxim nemo judex in causa sua means no man shall be judge in his own cause. The maxim ignorantia juris non excusat means ignorance of law excuses not. The maxim dura lex sed lex means the law is harsh but it is law. The maxim fiat justitia ruat caelum means justice must be done though the heaven falls. The maxim actus reus non facit reum nisi mens sit rea means no act is punishable unless done with guilty mind. The maxim injuria sine damno means legal injury without damage. The maxim damnum sine injuria means damage without legal injury. The maxim res ipsa loquitur, the thing speaks for itself. The maxim ubi jus ibi remedium means where there is right, there is remedy. The maxim caveat emptor means let the buyer beware. The maxim lex posterior derogat priori means later law repeals earlier law. The maxim lex specialis derogat legi generally means special law overrides general law. The maxim expressio unius est exclusio ulterius, expression of one excludes others. The maxim atres magis valiat quam periat means it is better for a thing to have effect than to be void. The maxim falsus in uno falsus in omnibus means false is one thing, false is everything. The maxim delegatus non potest delegare means a delegate cannot further delegate. Salus populi est suprema lex means welfare of people is the supreme law. Actus curia neminem guavabit means an act of court shall prejudice no man. Consensus ad idem means meeting of minds. Ignorantia juris non excusat means ignorance of law does not excuse. Actus reus non facit reum nisi mens sit re, an act is not guilty unless the mind is guilty. Nemo judex in causa sua means no one can be a judge in his own cause. Audi alteram partem ensures the right to be heard. Salus populi suprema lex means the welfare of the people is the supreme law. Lex posterior derogat priori means later law abrogates the earlier law. Lex specialis derogat legi generally means special law overrides general law. Lex non cogit ad impossibilia means the law does not compel the impossible. Actori incumbit onus probendi, the burden of proof lies on the plaintiff. The maxim res ispa loquitur means the thing speaks for itself. Expressio unius est exclusio ulterius means the expression of one is the exclusion of another. Consensus ad idem means agreement of minds. Volenti non fit injuria means no injury is done to a willing person. Ubi jus ibi remedium means Where there is a right, there is a remedy. Nemo dat code non habet means no one can give what he does not have. Caveat emptor means let the buyer beware. In pari delicto potior est conditio defendentis. Defendentis means where both parties are equally at fault, the defendant's position is stronger. Delegatus non protest delegare means a delegate cannot further delegate. Falsus in uno, falsus is omnibus means false is one thing, false in all. Actus curia neminem gravabit means the act of the court shall prejudice no man. Cui facit per alium facit per se means he who acts through another acts himself. Generalia specialibus non derogant means general provisions do not derogate from special ones. Interest republica ut sit finis litium means it is the state's interest that there be an end to litigation. Nemo debat bis vixari pro idem causa means no one should be vexed twice for the same cause. Acta exteriora indicant interiora secreta means external acts show internal secrets. Lex prospicit non respicit means law looks forward, not backward. Dura lex sed lex means the law is harsh, but it is the law. Fiat justitia ruet caelum means let justice be done through the heavens fall. Noscitur a socies means a word is known by the company it keeps. Aegistum generis means of the same kind. Contemporanea expositio est optima et fortissima in lege means the best way to interpret a document is the one contemporaneous with its making. Atrus magis valeat quam periat means it is better for a thing to have effect than be void. Lex non scripta refers to unwritten law. Ex turpi causa non oritur actio means no action arises from an immortal cause. Nemo potest esse simul actor et judex means no one can be both plaintiff and judge. Injuria sine damno means legal injury without actual damage. Damnum sine injuria means damage without legal injury. De minimis non curat lex means the law does not concern itself with trifles. Ignorantia facti excusat means ignorance of fact excuses. Ratio decidendi means reason for the decision. Obiter dicta means statement not essential to the decision. Per incuriam means a decision given in ignorance of law. Stare decisis means to stand by things decided. Casus omissus means a case omitted by the legislature. Mischief rule in statute interpretation focuses on suppressing the mischief of the statute intends to remedy. Golden rule of interpretation allows departure from literal meaning to avoid absurdity. Literal rule of interpretation means giving words their ordinary meaning. Purposive interpretation means interpreting law according to its purpose. Maxwell's principle of interpretation emphasizes reasonableness and consistency. Hayden's rule was laid down in case of Hayden's case 1584. E justum generis applies when general words follow specific words. Expressio unius est exclusio alterius is used in interpretation to mean mention of one excludes others. Interpretation ex viceribus actus means statute must be read as a whole. Marginal notes in statutes are not part of the statute but may aid interpretation. Preamble of statute is used to understand legislative intent. Schedules attached to statutes are integral part of statute. Proviso in the statute is meant to qualify or restrict the main provision. Saving clause in statutes is meant to preserve certain rights or provisions. Interpretation clause in statutes is meant to define terms used in the act. Legal fiction means assumption of fact made by law for convenience. Presumption against retrospectivity means laws are not interpreted to apply backwards unless stated. Mandatory provision in statutes means must be strictly followed. Directory provision in statutes means non-compliance does not invalidate action. Legal maxims are established principles or propositions of law. Internal aids to interpretation include preamble, marginal notes, schedules. External aids to interpretation includes historical backgrounds, debates, dictionaries. Beneficial construction means interpreting statute to promote remedy intended. Penal statutes are generally interpreted strictly. Remedial statutes are interpreted liberally. Substantive law refers to rights and duties of individuals. Procedural laws refers to methods of enforcing rights. Interpretation consistent with Constitution means statutes must be interpreted to uphold constitutional validity. Strict construction is applied in taxing and penal statutes. Presumption of constitutionality means courts presume statutes are constitutional unless proven otherwise. Statutory interpretation is the process of determining meaning of legislation. Colorable legislation means law made indirectly in an area where legislature has no power. Harmonious construction means interpreting provisions to avoid conflict. Constitutional supremacy and interpretation means constitutional prevails over statutes. Legal certainty requires law to be clear and predictable. Doctrine of severability in statute interpretation means invalid part of law can be severed without affecting valid parts.